I'm playing the biceps. You see that? I'm bouncing it back and forth. You're tapping your foot, and the Bushman is playing the biceps. It's like tapping little drumsticks, like you have chopsticks on a table. Okay, everybody. Little Hendrix lick there, yeah. Good morning, morning mics on a Monday. It gets crazy on a Monday. There's so much happening on a Monday. Holy God, is there a lot happening? But we're not going to talk about it now. And you know what I'm talking about? Not the thing that's happening over there. And oh my God, not now. Later, because we got to do that. And we're going to do it with the mooch, because the mooch and I together, we understand motive. We understand motive. We understand reasoning. One of the most influential people in the entire broad media world, social media world, podcasting world, just texted me. Between us, this isn't good. But do we all agree with this? Oh, God. Okay. More at 10 o'clock. The mooch will be with us on that. But we will turn to more joyous things. Huh? Scaramouche, can you do the fandango? We love the mooch. He's a beautiful guy. He shares great hair with me. But that's 10 o'clock. But now we're gonna welcome a great friend of the show. And excuse me, you want to see what I'm talking about? You want to know who's here? You want to know who's here? Look at the Oh, okay. He's coming up shortly. Look at Zack Peter. Look, he is working on that body. Don't think we don't notice. No filter with Zack Peter. I just want to know, because us girls, we got to stay young. We got to stay relevant. Is there no filler with Zack Peter? Does he do any of this? Does he do any of that? I guarantee a little.
I think he said last time he works out at like 4 a.m., which means he's coming off a workout.
What are you, like Mark Wahlberg, the 4 a.m. thing? Jesus.
Speak of the devil.
Did you work out at 4 a.m.? Don't tell me you did that.
No, I did not work out this morning. I did not work out this morning because I knew I had to tape you. I was working and then I knew I had to come and tape just for you, Billy. So I skipped my morning workout for you, but it's okay because I worked out extra hard over the weekend.
Oh, you did? What'd you do?
I ran a few miles. I did a F45 class, like a high rocks training class, and then I did an upper body weight.
We were making Mark Wahlberg jokes because we're like, Zack Peter, I mean, we were just chit-chatting about you. He likes to work out at 4 a.m. I said, what is this guy, like Mark Wahlberg? I mean, this is too intense. But
this is the first time I took the F45 class. I hadn't taken it before, but
it's brutal.
It was a high rocks training one too. It was like a specialty workout that I took. It was brutal. I'm still sore from it.
45 minutes is all it takes to absolutely break a human being down until they're just a puddle on the floor in tears. Oh my God. Terrible for me. Zack, we got to begin. There's so much to talk about. I cannot wait to roll through the Actor Awards, as they call it now. Not the SAGs, but the fashion. We got to roll through the fashion and just, is it a hit or is it a miss? I cannot wait. Back in the day when I started, in the heyday of entertainment news television, we had people like Stephen Kojakaru on Access Hollywood who would say, no, that didn't work. And then it turned to like you had to be only positive. Yeah. There was only the best dressed and everyone stopped doing the worst. And I loved the worst. I thought it was like, how are people going to learn?
Well, I mean, I think Joan Rivers said it best of like, listen, these people are getting paid millions of dollars and it's really just one big Hollywood circle jerk, right? Like we're all just kind of here patting each other on the back, taking ourselves way too seriously, that we can be humbled a little bit by somebody saying our dress looked ugly when, I'm sorry, the dress looks ugly.
Yeah. Jackie Ono, by the way, firing in a great one. Ed Gein, who are you wearing? That's really gross. Okay. But before we get to all that, this is interesting because it takes me back to a time where I made I was a young man in one of my first couple of years on Access Hollywood. So call this early 2000s. And I made a terrible mistake because I asked Ricky Martin if he was gay. And he was very offended by this. And he was promoting his Spanish language album. We were in Miami. We were in a studio, and he ripped the microphone off of his chest. And I was like first year on the job guy, like, wow, this will be, well, what else does people want? Ricky Martin. I mean, yeah, he's definitely gay. Why is he? Yeah. But I was I didn't know it was a disaster, Zach. He ripped off the mic, and I left, and I was out on the street, like out a side door, and I called my producer, and I'm like, he said, "You did what?" I said, "I don't know. I mean, we were there." And then I was like, this is bad. I walked back in. I knocked on the door. I asked if I could speak to Ricky privately. The people, his handlers, all left. Ricky said yes. Ricky and I had a heart-to-heart. I apologized. I said I had no idea that this was going to be such he says it's a sensitive thing. It's something that I have to handle myself. So basically it came out to me, privately. But I mean, it was not
I don't know. His
exit announcement.
His exit was very gay, if you ask me.
The
way he walked off.
You mean his exit from the room? I should have said, well,
that was confirmation right there.
Wait, it's been so long. That's the best I've heard. 20 years.
Yeah. I mean, well, if that doesn't show it, folks, I mean, who needs the answer? Anyway, but Pedro Pascal, I mean, is this an outing, or do you think that this is his publicist working with the TMZ or whoever the paparazzi agency is, and like, Pedro will be in the park at 3 p.m. if you'd like to just get it over with? I don't know. What do you think's happening here?
I don't think he's being secretive of it. I mean, if he's walking around publicly, I mean, and you know how these paparazzi things work. It's very rare that there's a paparazzi that's walking down a random street and there happens to be Pedro Pascal making out with a dude. Like, it's very rare that paparazzi just find you out in the open. Like, right. Even when it comes to celebrities that don't want to be seen, know where to go to not be seen, and they know where to go to be seen. So this feels staged. It's probably his way of confirming it without confirming it, or his publicist trying to, mitigate for something. Because remember, there was like that press tour that he was doing where he was very touchy, and people are like, this is weird, and why is he all over the women, and he's touching all the women, and that feels inappropriate. And now it's like, oh, well, he's just gay.
He's allowed.
Yeah.
He's allowed to, he can be touched. But I agree with you that there are very few accidents. And
this
by the
was
way,
not an accident. There's too much PDA going on for this to be an accident.
What happened to, this is his longtime boyfriend, or?
I hope so, because they're very touchy-feely. But then again, you never know. He could have been on Grindr that morning.
I used to go on to my hairstylist, Tommy. I used to go on to Tommy's Grindr account, and like he would like, he'd check it out, and I'd say, all right. And he would, all these messages, and I would say, how far away? Let's meet. And Tommy goes, don't do that. What are you doing? And then I'm taken away. And the fun you can have on Grindr. But and like Tinder, Grindr, same thing. People could be like, I'm 100 yards away. Like, what?
Yeah. Super. Like it's super. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm 100, and you're like, whoa. Well, where is it?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if this is Pedro's longtime boyfriend, or they're just coupled up for the weekend. But I mean, a lot of people online. Yeah. Does he have a name?
Steve, the boyfriend. He's very handsome. Look at this guy. Look at this. He looks a little bit like. Let's play the hybrid game. He looks a little bit like. Is it some Josh Groban in there? There's somebody that. There's some Nick Cage in the face, if you ask me.
A little bit, yeah, in the eyes. I can see Nick Cage in the eyes and the teeth.
A little bit of Nick Cage. His name is Raphael? Raphael Olara.
A lot of people are saying that they knew he was gay. I said a lot of people online said that they knew that he was gay, Pedro.
Oh, absolutely.
He's been gay.
But I don't know why I think it was one of those things where, like, let's just put a stamp on it. And I just remember a time where you were not allowed to say that. And all of a sudden, deux mois TMZ, or that maybe TMZ waited and Dumois went first. And finally, let's just put a stamp on something that's so obvious. But I remember a time you couldn't, outing was considered, and I learned the hard way, majorly taboo.
Yeah. I think their whole thing is, well, we're technically not outing him because these are publicly, these are photos out in public. So we're not saying he's gay. We just happen to get these photos that kind of make him look a little gay, or really gay, actually.
Joe the Cat Sarnia says, Pedro's gay? I just found that out right here. See, so we just outed. I mean, listen, we're late to the party here. This is way out there, Joe. You really got to get out a little bit.
I mean, I was kind of shocked. I didn't really know he was gay, but that's because he usually plays like these more straight masculine characters. But I mean, here he is with his daddy grabbing his butt, walking down the street.
Pamela says, I had no idea, Pedro. Well, maybe we're listen, we're late to the party. You're
Patrick
really
Dempsey.
Late. Ooh, he's got a little Dempsey meets Nick Cage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. There's someone else in there that's really it's and I the feeling where you're like, I don't know if that's someone I know personally or if that's a public person, but there's someone that this guy,
he's giving me a little Blake Shelton.
The guy on the right?
Yeah.
You get
Josh Groban.
That guy?
Shelton, Groban.
Someone's saying little Ryan Gosling? I don't think so.
No, I don't see Ryan Gosling.
I don't see any Ryan Gosling.
Jake Gyllenhaal, I can see. I can see Jake Gyllenhaal in the nose.
We're getting some Jilly vibes right there. Wait, that's it. Gene Wilder.
Gene Wilder, crack the code.
We were looking in the wrong place. We were looking in the wrong.
Settled that one.
Oh my God, that is so brilliant. It's exactly who I'm thinking of. And oh my God, Nick Cage meets Gene Wilder. Oh my God, is that funny? Who landed that plane? Who delivered that blow? BB, whoever you are, you're unbelievable. That was a great landing. I love it. Zach, I got a question about Blake Lively. Did you say that there's an appeal that you can't appeal until the final judgment, right? So Baldoni's not going to appeal until
he hasn't appealed yet, but he did disclose in a new filing, I believe, in his case with the New York Times, in the most recent court document that came out at the end of last week, over the weekend. I think it was like Thursday or Friday. They said that they plan to appeal, that is what they're planning to do. That's why they just have to wait. Does that mean
they're planning to lose? If you're planning to appeal, then that means you're planning to lose.
They're planning to appeal his defamation. Remember, the defamation case got thrown out, his counter lawsuit. That's what they're appealing.
And then they gave him an option to amend the complaint, and they said, we're not going to amend the complaint, whatever, we're just going to let it go. Or at least people thought it was, they were letting it go.
The amendment, if they chose to amend, it was for the claims that the judge was allowing to move forward, which were like the extortion claims. I don't remember which. They were like the smaller claims that really weren't significant. Yeah. They were going to, if they could amend, they would have amended to provide evidence to further support those claims, but not the defamation piece. So the defamation piece is what he's planning to appeal, is so that he could still, I guess, bring forward that defamation case. I think now that they have more evidence, because his case was dismissed before we went into discovery and before depositions. So now that they have all of the text messages and emails with Sony and Taylor and all of that, they can, I'm assuming, use that to prove malice and prove that she was maliciously trying to entrap him or, defame him in some way. And I mean, I don't know. I thought the judge was pretty clear that her case, or that his case, got tossed because she has litigation privilege. But I don't know if them being able to prove malice now with the messages that they have, if that could then change things.
Well, I mean, his case is a whole lot stronger since all of this discovery.
Yeah, now he actually has evidence to prove a case. It's just whether or not an appellate judge is going to grant him that opportunity to revisit a defamation case.
I think he's going to win across the board, and I don't think it's going to matter. And then he's going to have to decide, okay, now do I want to, go on the offense like, Karen Reed, in the Karen Reed trial, she was acquitted, and then she has to deal with the with the civil case that's happening now, but then she filed her own civil case. I was so excited by that. I was like, way to go. Fight. Nothing says innocent to me more than, oh yeah, now I'm going on offense for what you did to me. But in this case, I think Baldoni just wants his career back. I think he loves this business so much. He went after this project, especially with Colleen Hoover. It took him a long time. He beat out like 6 other people to get the IP of this book. He just wants to be in this business. He's a nerd for it. Like, this is his passion. And I think he just wants his career back. And I think he wins and never has to appeal anything. He just,
Well, no, I think he will still have to appeal because part of her case, since his case got dismissed, she's fighting him to pay her legal fees because his case was dismissed. And so that's the dispute that they're currently in is he going to have to be responsible for paying her legal fees? So I think part of him appealing the judge throwing out his defamation case will also be him trying to make sure that she doesn't get any fees from him. Yeah.
Then I understood. Then I agree with that because
otherwise, if the judge says, "Oh yeah, his case got thrown out, and you have to pay for her legal fees because this wasn't a legitimate lawsuit," then that's a huge loss for him because he'll have to pay her all that money.
No, Queen, Ryan's paying your legal fees, Queen. No.
Yep.
Nope. Absolutely no. Fascinating, but don't you think overall, like since Discovery and since these texts between, what do you think are what would you say are the elements that have come out in Discovery that are most powerful for Baldoni or detrimental for Blake?
I think her text messages and emails with like Matt Damon and Taylor Swift, because it does show his narrative of being like she was using her Hollywood friends to take control of the film. Therefore, she doesn't have she's not this weak actress that had no say and no power on the set of the film because she's clearly controlling all of this. And this was happening before we even stepped foot onto the set of It Ends With Us. Like the Taylor text messages are pre-production before they even filmed a single scene before, because a lot of people are like, well, in defense of Taylor, they're like, well, Taylor was just being a good friend. And but Taylor isn't just being a good friend because this was before they even were on the set of It Ends With Us where this alleged harassment was taking place. At this point, the fat shaming hadn't even come out yet when Taylor sat in that meeting and helped Blake take over the script rewrites. So the timeline doesn't add up of Taylor just being a good friend who was trying to help her against this guy that was harassing her, because at that point, there was zero harassment that had happened.
Yeah. It answers the question very simply. What you said in the beginning there with the Matt Damon texts and she and Ryan fanning out. I'll take Matt Damon, you take Ben Affleck, and then I'll take Bradley Cooper, and like that does not show when you think SH, you think some cheesy director cornering some young starlet and she's defenseless.
Yeah,
she's so clearly the bully in the situation when she's marshaling Matt Damon. And Matt Damon, by the way, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, they come out just fine. They're fine. I mean, Matt Damon did what any friend would do, or like friend of Ryan's, like, yeah, sure. I'll take a look at your cut of the film. I'll do what I can, with Sony. You want me to put in a good word? I'll do what I can. And that's what a friend, he wasn't like, let's take this guy out. He's clearly above it. And Ben Affleck is clearly above it.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm surprised that Ryan didn't say, why don't I talk to Ben and you talk to Matt? Because I think the history between Blake and Ben is like, Ryan's a jealous guy, right?
We're seeing how much power they had on this set, right? We're seeing that she's taking over the edit. She's winning the edit. So it's like you're seeing that they have control, Blake and Ryan. So it completely obliterates her narrative that she was just an actress that was being taken advantage of by the director, because they had the power to take over the edit. They had the power to keep him out of the premiere. So why didn't you have the power to have him pulled from the project early on? You're Ryan Reynolds. You could have called up WME and Sony and had this squashed a long time ago, but you didn't. You chose creative influence over protection from harassment or protection from this harasser, this alleged, dude that was taking advantage of your wife, but your priority was to make sure that she got to control the edit of the film rather than to have him removed from the set.
Yeah.
Because It just, and I think the Sony emails are bad in terms of her retaliation claims, because they're literally saying her promoting her Betty Boos, like it's epic level stupid, and she's a terrorist on set. Like all of these things that they were saying about her completely fractures her case of a smear campaign, which they still haven't been able to provide any evidence for of a smear campaign.
No, unfortunately, it's like Roy Cohn, the guy that advised Donald Trump. Roy Cohn always said that watch out for Trump. You'll always know what Trump's doing because he accuses people for things that he himself is guilty of. It's an amazing. This is what Blake Lively's doing. She's accusing, she's accusing Baldoni for things that she's guilty of. It's like it's the ultimate projection. It's mirroring.
Yeah. And then you even see like how she was clearly grooming like Isabella, right? Where Isabella had one relationship with Justin Baldoni, and then suddenly it completely changes and she's offended by eating cookie dough in the kitchen. Like it's just crazy how you can see she was influencing so many people. And this was like a well thought out plan that she had been, I mean, I don't think the plan was ever to sue him, but I think the plan was always to seed people against him. And that's just abundantly clear.
Yeah. Zack Peter is with us. No filter with Zack Peter. Let me ask you a personal question. Is there no filler with Zack Peter? You ever do filler?
I have done filler in the past. I haven't done filler in years, though.
What should I do? What should I do?
I think you look great.
Look at this old ashtray. Oh my God.
No, I don't want you to turn into Jim Carrey.
Oh,
that's scary. That's crazy.
What's happening? Do you think that is that Jim Carrey? Or because first of all, there's a lot of filler if it's Jim Carrey, and a lot of weight gain if it's Jim Carrey. That's a bigger, thicker, more square man.
Oh. Yeah. I think it's filler. I think it's possible. I mean, listen, he's gotten older. His hairline has receded a bit. It's possible that there was a mini facelift that was attempted here because, his face just kind of seems a little wider. It could be filler. It could be a facelift. It could be, a few different things that just didn't land.
I'm telling you, every man I didn't realize this, but every man and every woman, every actor gets a facelift. The facelifts are on fire right now. Everyone gets a facelift, and whether even when you see disasters out there, they're doing it. And Bradley Cooper, is a disaster. Jim Carrey, if that's you in there, that's a disaster. Brad Pitt is a home run.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus, dude looks better than he looks fantastic.
I think because the key is to do little things over time, right? Like you can't, what it is some people, like what it looks like with Jim Carrey is he waited too long and then tried to do too much that it drastically changed his face. Whereas I think if you just make little tweaks over the years, I learned that from Jenny, actually. You do little things just a little bit over the years and it just kind of keeps everything together so that as you get older, there's not a big shift.
But the facelift is not something you can do gradually. You got to go in, and when you commit to the facelift, you do it. Right.
Well, people are getting facelifts younger, though. Like people are getting facelifts in their 30s and early 40s. Is they're doing smaller facelifts, like a little lower facelift and then a little brow lift. Yeah.
I need to do it now. I need to get my facelift. I'm going to get a facelift. Do you think I should get a facelift? I'm not kidding now. I think I might get a facelift.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I think I think I should get a facelift.
You don't want to look like Regis?
I don't want to look like, I have skin. My parents are very old, crusty, waspy people that should not have had babies. I mean, like they did a skin disaster to me. They did a tremendous disservice. The sunspots here from the golf course and stuff. I mean, it's a disaster. So I put on lots and lots of cream, but does any of it look like it's working? I don't think so.
I think you look great. People are loving you in the comments.
Oh, that's because they're just nice people.
They want more of your hoochie zaddy shorts.
Crusty waspy. Some people think that's kind of hot.
Some
People
people.
like
Like you
Prescient.
get the weathered, I'm a intelligent weathered.
You look at Zach's skin. He's got beautiful skin. I mean, his parents definitely had a nice like skin combo that they, delivered to him. That's that skin that's built to last. Mine is it's crumbling, crumbling. You know how much I spend on lotion? Jesus, you don't want to know.
Lotion, sunscreen.
Sunscreen. All right, Jim Carrey. Is it him or is it a clone?
I don't know. I mean, I can see how it could be him. I know people are like, oh, his eye color changed, but it's like lighting and angles, I think, affected a lot of some of those photos too. It does kind of look like him. It just looks like a distorted, older version of him.
I'm gonna make a wild call here. I'm gonna say it's not him. But I'm gonna say it's not Jim Carrey. And like when we thought Joaquin Phoenix had snapped and he had like a documentary crew and was filming, Jim's filming something. He's doing something. This is the guy that starred in the Truman Show. Okay. He is doing his own version of the Truman Show, and he is filming all of us watching him and deciding what's going on. He has launched the first ever human clone. Tom Brady cloned his dog. Jim Carrey has cloned himself and put this guy out there, and he's filming the whole thing.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Well, remember, people thought that about Amanda Bynes too. They thought that Amanda Bynes was like playing a prank on everybody.
Yeah, he's just weird enough to do this. He's just the right weirdo for this.
I could see it.
Okay, and I wish we could clone Nancy Guthrie because then we'd have a Nancy Guthrie. I know you've been all over this, and I guess that there's calls now for a totally new investigation, new team, new everybody, bring in Mossad, something, because this has been a disaster. You have no hope, I would assume.
Of bringing her back alive? No. At this point, she's where's Nancy? She's with our Lord and Savior. But when it comes to the investigation, I don't even know if they can do a new investigation because so much of the evidence was tampered with and botched at this point. I mean, you had the alleged crime scene, which is her home, where you have, on day 2, you had Brian Enton, the reporter, walking up to the porch and being able to take photos and video of the blood on the porch. How was the crime scene was never officially closed off. It was opened up right away. There were people walking up and down her property. And all of the evidence, or all of the DNA evidence that they had, didn't really materialize into anything. And Nancy Grace has been very vocal about how you can't retest DNA evidence. Like, you can ruin the DNA evidence after you play with it initially, that it just kind of goes nowhere. So I don't think there's anything that a new investigation would really bring at this point.
No, it's amazing. So guess what, folks? Here's the conclusion. You can go in the middle of the night and grab a little old lady out of her bed and stick her in your car and drive away and get away with it. That's crazy.
I think you can only get away with it if you have money and power. And I think I've always said Sheriff Nanos is either completely incompetent or he's been compromised, because he's made too many rookie mistakes for somebody that's been on the force that long to be doing what he was doing. And it's possible that this was his pissing match with the FBI and he just wanted to solve the case himself and maybe made a few bad calls early on and it got out of hand. But to me, it's too weird. How do we, in 2026, when everybody has a GPS in their pocket, you have surveillance cameras everywhere, cars are being tracked. This lady had a pacemaker that was connected to Bluetooth. And with all of that, then you have Savannah Guthrie, who is straight from the Today Show, who did not a single press conference, not a single news interview, not a single search for a missing person, not a single prayer vigil. Like, it was just all too, there's too much secrecy around the details of what could have potentially happened to Nancy Guthrie that raises too many questions for me to think that this was just a random old lady snatcher that came and took Nancy Guthrie out of bed and we lost her. There's no way you lose an old lady with all those resources and she just goes poof in the middle of the night, unless this is some
I don't
aliens
think it's
abducted her.
random. I remember seeing one report that was like, if you look at the neighborhood that Nancy Guthrie lives in, even if you had GPS or you were using Waze or something to get there, you'd still get lost 5 times. She's up in this like there's just you don't happen upon her home. So, I think I agree with you in that it's organized, but I just cannot for the life of me have any idea what the motive would be. Is there, which makes you think it's got to be someone connected close to her? Is it a life insurance thing? Is it something like
Well, I never believed the kidnapping story. I have gone over it and gone down every potential motive and theory, and to me, it feels like something happened to her, and the kidnapping was a cover-up. It was a staged kidnapping to make it look like she was taken in the middle of the night, down to the blood drops. Even like the blood drops were a big red flag to me early on about how there were just a few drops conveniently dropped on her porch leading out, which to me, if this is an elderly woman, I assume she's on blood thinners. There would be more blood. If you're dragging her body, there would be a smear of blood. Like, it was just too convenient of the drops to be too perfectly in that line. There was no smudge. There was no footprint stepping on the blood. There was no smearing. There was no splattering of the blood. If there was some sort of gash, was it a nosebleed? Like, what could it have been that would have led? And to me, it was just strange. The drops of blood, the guy walking on the porch and covering the camera, the fact that the son-in-law dropped her off and she conveniently went in through the garage and not through the front door. She conveniently was not captured on any of the cameras. They had 2 cameras, but she happened to go the one direction that didn't capture her on camera that night coming home. Like, it's all too strange for me and too convenient.
Has the family ever spoken about, Annie and Tommaso? They should be able to tell us, I'm sure they live so close by that she always walked every time at night, she always went through the garage. Every time she went, I've never heard anything about that. Why would she go?
Especially because she's
not her car.
An 84-year-old elderly woman with a cane that can't walk well on her own. So he just dropped her at the foot of the property and let her walk in through the garage by herself. Like, it's all like, that doesn't even make sense to me. And then none of the street cameras caught anything. All the street cameras suddenly weren't working that night. Were the Epstein guards asleep when Nancy Guthrie came home too? Like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all too convenient for me to believe the story. And I bought into the story. Week 1, I was all locked in. And then by day 9, 10, 11, it was starting to look weird to me. Even dropping her off at 10 o'clock at night.
The motive, Pumpkin Pie says the motive is inheritance.
I mean, listen, when you look at these cases and when you look at the statistics and the patterns of these types of, first of all, a kidnapping makes 0 sense. It's less than 1% of a chance that an elderly woman in her 80s gets kidnapped. And usually when they're kidnapped, it's usually a personal motivation. There's no ransom. So I don't think the ransom letters were ever real. I think those were people from outside of the country that were trying to take advantage of a situation because they were asking for USD, which is a red flag than somebody from out of the country.
You never have to look too far for assholes. They're right there. They're right there. They come out quickly trying to get a quick 6 million in Bitcoin. Who is that asshole?
Yeah.
Just a real asshole.
So, and again, if they're, these fraudsters from out of the country, they're not going to have a personal attachment to this lady, and Savannah's videos aren't going to be much of an appeal to them. Because they're suddenly not going to have a come to Jesus moment and they're going to have, a turn of heart. But all of it just doesn't make there's no signs of forced entry. From what we've heard, nothing was stolen, so it couldn't have been a burglary gone wrong, because a burglary makes more sense than a kidnapping. But if you're going to burglarize the house, why would you take the old lady? It's too much of a liability. Yeah. She's not some 20-year-old young girl that you can send with the cartel or that you can send into trafficking or that was easy to transport. She can't even walk. So if you're going to be transporting her, you have to physically carry this woman in and out of a vehicle, which is a lot of work. And then you have to preserve her and keep her alive if there's some sort of ransom or money that you want in return.
Look at Lawson says the motive to kill her could have been money, but that still does not explain a staged kidnapping theory used to cover an accident.
That's my theory, is that the kidnapping was staged. I mean, if something happened to her, you would want to distract from where she's at. You know, you're going to try and hide that story. So it would just make sense. I mean, a real kidnapping doesn't make sense in this case. I don't believe the Epstein connections. I don't believe the, conspiracy theories about how, Savannah interviewed the victims 84 years ago and they waited until 2026 to come and take this hit. That doesn't make sense to me. Burglary doesn't make sense to me. Kidnapping statistically and pattern wise doesn't make sense to me. And
does Epstein make sense to you? This doesn't make sense to me. That it's all Epstein related. Yes, Savannah did an interview years ago with Virginia.
84 years ago.
It's not, I don't think it has anything to do with Epstein.
It has nothing to do with her interview. Trust me, there are a lot more people that they could go after. Savannah Guthrie is not going to be at the top of the list. And I don't think that this was intentionally, a psyop to deflect from the Epstein files, because everybody can't stop talking about the Epstein files. Like, if it was a psyop to distract us, it clearly didn't work. So I don't think it was a distraction. I don't think it was because she interviewed the victims. Like, none of the Epstein.
You think Savannah Guthrie knows something?
I don't think she did when she went to Arizona, but I wouldn't be surprised if she knows now.
And that's why she's staying off the air. Do you
The family connections don't. I mean, the family's behavior doesn't make any sense to me. Every time we've seen even Casey Anthony wanted to find her daughter. Even Scott Peterson wanted to find his wife. And this family has been so disengaged from this investigation. They've done not one press conference. They've done not one interview. And Savannah's on the Today Show. She has all of those. If she wanted her mother's face to be plastered all over the television,
I understand your mother, is gone, but this is a moment to communicate with people, and it's been a month. Like
a month.
All I know about morning television, having been there, is people don't want to take off more than 3 days because they're afraid that someone's going to take their job. I mean, it is like that. It is the most backstabby.
Hoda Kotb's ready. Hoda Kotb's hoping that they'll give her that seat back permanently.
Pay me what you were going to pay me. So I'm amazed that she's taking so much time. It's interesting.
She's taking time off. I mean, listen, I understand if you believe that your mother's really gone, you want to then make that your priority. But we're not seeing that as this family's priority. They offered, the initial offering to find Nancy Guthrie was $2,500. They reduced this lady to a stimulus check. Like, there was it went from $2,500 from the sheriff to then the FBI came in and it went up to $50,000, and then they upped it to $100,000, and then people started doing a GoFundMe to raise money for this family when Savannah makes $8 million a year on the Today Show. That's her reported salary, is $8 million.
Yeah. That's incredible, because over at Good Morning America, the 3 hosts each make 20.
Well, there's like 15 hosts on the Today Show, isn't there?
There's so many people. Wow. Apparently they're saying she's going to come back to today this week. Was she on the air this morning, folks? I don't think so.
I don't think she was on this morning.
So maybe next week. And then I don't know, does she sit there and let the other, if she returns to the Today Show and just kind of like moving on, I think if you call yourself a family, you sit there and everybody talks and they ask questions and you like, what happened here, what happened there, and you work it out as a family in front of the country. You can't sweep this under the rug and keep going. Not after.
I think she comes on, thanks the public, says if you have information, send it to the FBI. I think she does that address, and then I think she moves on from it.
And
which again is so strange. Yeah, which again is so strange, because it's like your mother is still technically missing, but there's been zero, engagement from this family. And it's like, if your loved one has gone missing, I would think you would do everything you can to keep the story alive. But like everything we're seeing in Arizona, everybody wants this story to die down. The sheriff wants the story to die down. It just is all so strange.
Do you think Barney Fife stopped Savannah from adding to the reward money sooner?
I think it's possible, but they're referring to Sheriff Nanos. I think it's possible, but like someone like Savannah, who's been on the news for so many years, knows how these things work. I would assume at some point she would realize that maybe, like, you wouldn't wait 27 days to finally put up a $1 million reward.
Yeah. No, I'd put up with that kind of money, I'd put up several $1 million and say, because you're fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And at some point you turn angry. All right, let's go to the SAG Awards, and let's just do as far as the winning goes, great night for Sinners. They won as the ensemble. They won as the film. Michael B. Jordan won as the lead actor, and it was another big night for Seth Rogen and the studio. Hollywood Loves Itself. Everybody in the room is actually in that series at some point. So there was no surprise there. He won that. Let's see. What else was a big thing? Oh, no Chalamet, but Chalamet, god damn, he looked good. Did you see what he was wearing last night?
He always looks good.
He's a handsome fella, I'll say that. But you know who I've got a major crush on right here? Kristen Wiig.
Wow, she looks incredible.
Listen, nothing I find more attractive than a great sense of humor. And so, my crush used to be Tina Fey, but now I am moving my Hollywood, actor crush to Kristen Wiig. God, is she gorgeous and knockdown funny.
See, and that's the thing. But you have to start funny. You have to start with the personality. You have to come from like an awkward, goofy physical appearance, build your personality, build your character, and then get hot. And that's what we've seen with Kristen Wiig, is she let her personality be the lead for the longest time. And then now she's had this full glow up where she's just become this bombshell knockout. And she looks incredible. It's like the Chris Pratt thing, right? Chris Pratt was like this chubby, goofy dude. And then he got super hot and he was just like the perfect bombshell because he had an incredible body and he was so funny.
Oof.
John Krasinski.
Look at Noah Wyle. This is a big trend right now with men. Is the big wide pant leg?
Yeah.
And Noah Wyle is right on trend. Big night for him. They won for ensemble in a drama. Well,
they look
Seth
great.
Won for the comedy, and then he won for lead actor there. So the doctor's having a major resurgence.
Why did they change the awards to the Actors Awards versus the SAG Awards?
I think it's weird to just say SAG, Screen Actors Guild. It makes it seem so, insular, right? So small. So just us for us. The fact that
it is us for us.
It is us for us, but they want the actor to be something that's similar to the Oscar or to the Globe. That can be something that the world can now really care about. I can't believe Netflix or anyone puts it on. It's such an insular thing. Netflix isn't making any money on it. The ratings, or whatever you want to call it, the views are so low.
They should have done this 15 years ago when award shows were relevant. To change it now to the Actors Awards as if this is going to set the precedent for the future and actors are going to want to win the actor award. Like, it feels a little late.
Talk to me about Gwyneth Paltrow here. This is a very wide opening here on the breastises. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really putting it all on display.
Has she had a facelift? Is everybody having a facelift?
I don't think she's had a facelift. She's done the threads.
Threads. That's if you don't want to go facelift.
That's non-surgical. Yeah, and they just put the threads in your face and it lifts your face. She's done the threads before. I know she's talked about that because I remember I went to one of her Goop conferences and they did it live on stage.
Okay. All right. Tiana Taylor just bam.
She looks incredible. That's a great dress on her too.
Great dress and a figure that just says, I work out on Sundays too. I mean, no days off.
No days off. Well, today I took the day off for you, Billy.
You can afford it. You're looking very good. There's Rose Byrne, just very cheap. You know what? I'm going to say this. She's comfortable.
I don't love this dress on her when I look at it.
I'm giving her a compliment that she's comfortable. Like she's sitting.
It looks frumpy.
Like, whereas Tiana Taylor might be like, oh, what was that? That's shooting into my rib while she was sitting down.
See, but that's the Kim Kardashian effect. You suffer for the photo, for the angle, like she looks cute. Her shoes look fine, but her dress looks a little frumpy for me.
Okay.
It doesn't really do anything to accentuate anything.
I'll
She
tell
looks
you,
good.
Song Sung Blue is one of my favorite. I mean, this is, if you haven't seen, if Kate Hudson gives a performance in the movie Song Sung Blue, like you would not believe, she is so unbelievably good. It is the performance of her life. She is nominated. She didn't win. Jessie Buckley won for Hamnet, which I still have no idea what that is. But this is a great dress on Kate, and she is having she's in the moment of her career right now.
She really is. And I think here she looks incredible. She has her new show. What is it? Shooting Point and Turning Point.
Turning Point. But she wants everyone to forget about that because Song Sung Blue is a dramatic performance. Her acting is off the charts good.
Her singing is great too.
Yeah. Boy, she's made a real statement there. This is Connor's story.
Pass.
Yeah. What do you think?
Overrated. I think he's overrated now. I'm kind of over it. I'm over it. Like, I get it. He was, Heated Rivalry came out, but like, I'm over it. I didn't watch his SNL thing. I also don't. He has an incredible body, but I don't think he's that hot anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The hair is the style is not for me. The choker.
I don't like the hair.
The choker it's just too far away from a. I like an elegant James Bond. I just like an elegant bow tie on a man, I like a nice clean look. This is crazy. What's going on here? The bare chest and a choker. It's too far.
And the oversized blazer. And I know the trend right now is to do everything oversized, like the big blazer, the chunky pants. But this to me doesn't, it was a miss for me.
He's on trend, but off the mark. That's what we are saying. And now let's go to Sarah Pidgeon, who is playing Carolyn Bessette in Love Story. What the hell is this? Carolyn Bessette would not wear that.
No, I don't even know what that looks like. It doesn't do anything for her body or her figure. It's weirdly shaped. It's like two dresses in one.
Cinched dinner napkin. I don't know what's going on.
But like when you don't know how to do a dinner napkin and you're kind of just throwing it together and you're making it on the table to kind of look nice because it's uneven. It makes her look frump, and her skin tone and her shoulder, like her shoulders look incredible. They look well moisturized. Her face looks pretty. Her hair is simple, but it's like an effortless sort of look. But the dress is ugly. It's like a wilted tulip.
If she's gonna tinkle mid-show, do you pull up the dress to tinkle, or do you pull down the top of the dress to tinkle? Where do you pull?
I guess it would make more sense to pull down because pulling up, there's just so much fabric. You'd have to like really sit like this.
She's really pretty though. I mean, I'm just looking at her, stunning. And her hair is just perfection.
And it's effortless, yeah.
Now in Hollywood, when she has to tinkle, she may have a helper. This is true story. People may not know. There literally could be an assistant holding the dress up while she tinkles.
Is that a job you'd want if you're trying to break into the biz? Tinkle helper? Is that right?
No, but see, he's right. Like these things are like real. And then 15 years from now, we're gonna have all these harassment lawsuits being like, oh, I had to help her tinkle. She tinkled on me.
He helped and now I'm too much. I'm gonna say it. I asked for a little help, and there was a lot of help. Okay. Okay. This is Kylie Jenner.
That's Kylie Jenner? No.
Yeah, of course.
That's Mindy Kaling.
That's Kylie.
That's Mindy Kaling.
What? That's Kylie Jenner. That's Timothy Chalamet's date.
No.
Yeah.
That is Mindy Kaling cosplaying as Kylie Jenner.
Wait, is she doing a documentary too, like Jim Carrey and
that's crazy.
The body double for Kylie Jenner. What are you talking about?
She's completely changed. I mean, once they go on Ozempic, they just completely.
Oh my God. LMAO, Billy, clean your glasses. That's not Kylie Jenner. I'm cleaning my glasses. You all clean yours.
That's Mindy Kaling, right?
It says Kylie. No. No, it's Mindy Kaling, but I mean, I think she looks exactly like Kylie Jenner.
She like a cross between Kylie and Kim.
Billy, you carried it so far.
I know. I was really. I could be an.
I was being gaslit into being like, wait a minute, is that Kim?
I love the gaslight. I really do. I think it's, if you're gonna gaslight, be very good at it.
Yeah, you have to commit.
Okay, let's go to. This is really fun. I'm gonna before presenting a screen. Okay, watch this. Adding to the stage. Look, Zach. Do you ever follow this Instagram account called Check the Tag?
No.
It's kind of fun. So like you'll look at okay, here we go. See, check it out. They'll show you it's Mindy Kaling and who wore it before her. Right? You see this?
Like on the runway. Yeah.
Yeah, it's from the runway, and this is her doing it now in real life. Right? There's Charlie Hunnam. We think he's handsome.
Very handsome.
See, now you can just rip through. There's Claire Danes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she cares. What do you think about this? There's the runway look. And now Allison Janney. I need to make that a little bigger, Steve. Can I make the picture of the ladies a little bit bigger? Yeah. Oh, let's see. Okay. I'm trying to find.
I don't hate it.
No, it's interesting. It's oh yeah, I don't love this, but again, she doesn't care about this fashion stuff. She's not trying.
No.
She's just trying to get in and get out.
Yeah.
She go back to her life in Brooklyn. What do you think about the Bibster?
She looks pretty. I mean, the color kind of washes her out a bit, but like the dress itself is really pretty and very like it really covers her curves well.
Yep.
I think she looks great.
There's Jean Smart. Everybody loves Jean. She always wins. Not this time. She's at a major stretch of winning. I don't know who this is.
No, nor do I care. That's an ugly outfit.
Don't like that. Zach does not like that. Oh, we've seen him. All right. There's
Kirsten Dunst. Okay. She looks nice.
Okay. She looks cute, simple. And there's my girl.
Kristen.
We end where we began.
She
Boy,
looks
her
great.
spray tan is crazy. Spray tan for the night, though, huh?
Everything. I mean, even her body, how low the dress comes, and it's just like her body looks incredible. And the tan looks incredible. And the hair color with her skin tone looks incredible.
Someone said go back to Charlie. Okay.
Charlie looks great. I like Charlie.
He's a very handsome fella. I got to give hats off to Charlie Hunnam right there. Great looking. Did you see Demi Moore? Where's Demi Moore? What is oh, you know who won last night is Kerry Russell. And boy, does she look it's an interesting dress. I was watching, I feel like some actresses, when they get really powerful, they get like a little alpha.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Am I allowed to say that? Am I in trouble? I don't know. Who is this? This is gorgeous. What's going on here? Yeah.
I don't love it.
New actress. I want to find Demi Moore because everyone's talking about Demi. And oh, wow. Look at Ali Larder.
Wow. I didn't even recognize her.
She's going burgundy with a burgundy lip right there.
Ozempic is taking over. Like she is tiny.
I know, girl. Don't think we don't know you're doing it, Allie. We know I just saw some photos of her and some friends on vacation. Oh my God. Okay, here's what I was looking for. What do you think?
I mean, the outfit's great, but she's insanely skinny, like in a really unhealthy way. Her and I know Kelly Osbourne, everybody's like looking at them and how they're kind of withering away. And it looks very unhealthy.
This is where I'm going to get in trouble. But good. Like not unhealthy is good. That's not. And malnourished. Too skinny for sure. And when you're an older person, I'll never forget Cindy Crawford saying the key to beauty is to keep a little fullness in the face. But whatever they've done to take what would be sagging skin because you're older, wherever they have put it is at least well done.
Yes. Whereas to me, like Kelly Osbourne to me looks a little too gaunt in the face. And I think it's because she had the
She
buccal
looks like a
fat
different
removal.
person.
Yeah. But I think it's because she had the buccal fat removal when she had a fuller face. And now that she's lost so much weight, now she's like so sunken in and gaunt. I think to me, her body looks way too skinny, but her face does look incredible. Like
Incredible.
It just like the tightness of it. Like she looks good. Like you can tell she had a lower facelift and a neck lift, and she looks good.
Wax Museum Scary, says Ipswich over here. Oh, speaking of, yeah, I'm gonna say I have no idea who this guy is. Steve, this guy, what's his name? Oh, maybe Zach. No, I don't. Do you know who this? Do you know who this dude is? Tom. He's wearing Tom Brown. I don't know. That's a kilt right there. He's dressed to kilt.
I don't love the kilts. I know they're trying to make that a trendy thing right now. I'm not into the dudes with the kilts.
Yeah. Well, I love me some fashion. I hope there's nobody I missed, but I got to tell you, there's one final thing. You're going to love this. Ryan Reynolds. I'm now competing against Ryan Reynolds. Like in soccer. Okay. He owns the Wrexham soccer team with Rob McElhenney, and they do the show Welcome to Wrexham. I want you to watch this 60-second video, but I've joined a competing team in the league as a minor investor. Our big celebrity guy face to go up against Ryan is Ed Sheeran, but I have a small, like 3 seats in the stadium and an investment in the team that I just made. So folks, please start rooting for the Championship League's Ipswich Town Football Club, the Tractor Boys. Steve, here we go. There it is. This is the Ipswich Town Football Club. Ipswich, northeast London. Ed is from there, and he is his dog owns a team in the league or is part of an ownership. And Ryan Reynolds, of course, with Wrexham, and there's Ipswich right there with Ed Sheeran. And the Bushman looked at everybody and said, "Where can I take a little side action, little piece?" And I thought Ed would be the guy. And there we are.
Wow.
All right. So everybody got to watch the Tractor Boys. We'll start giving out jerseys. Okay. I'm going to get a Zack Peter jersey. Zack, you've been so kind to spend the morning with us. We love Zack at Just Plain Zack across it all. No filter with Zack Peter. He's missed his workout for you, for me. One last one. Emma Stone. I forgot to say Emma Stone. This is our last one. Steve, let's put up Emma. There she is. Wait till you see. She's a very beautiful person, and she's wearing purple. You may not agree, but I like that. I like that look. Zack, I love you.
Love you, Billy.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Miss the workout. You look great. You can skip it.
Thank you, Billy.
I'll see you, brother.
Bye.
Bye. We love Zack. I got to say it. Okay, so the Mooch will be here at 10 o'clock Pacific time. We got 2 hours on the nose. The Mooch will join us, and we're going to break down the motives, what's going on. And I'm telling you the texts I'm getting from people in real positions. This is something I'd like to look the other way on, but I'm not going to do that. So we've done all the fun. We've done all the gossip. We'll do the business in 2 hours. Thanks again to Zack.
You know, go for it, baby.
Ipswich Town. I'm rooting for Ipswich. Yeah. Tractor boys.
Hey, you got the calves and the quads to be a soccer player. You could be a footballer.
And fluid. Bicep dancing. I was a soccer player.